Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Ugh. Mostly coming.
Okay. So before we get into this one, just again, we gotta do it. Go to YouTube, go to Spotify, go to iHeartRadio,
Wherever.
go to I, whatever iTunes podcast. I don't know. I don't have iOS.
Wherever
So
you find this podcast.
wherever you go, look us up, subscribe.
Subscribe, follow, whatever you have to do.
We're on.
We appreciate it.
We're on a roll, and we really appreciate it, and we really appreciate all our new subs. It's been great.
And
We've had the most growth we've had ever,
ever.
and it's pretty exciting. Not gonna lie. So if we could keep that momentum going, that would be great. So if you could please give us a sub. I'm gonna be nice to you guys this time, okay?
Oh, this time.
Please.
Yeah.
Please give us a sub.
No rudeness.
Just a little subby.
What one?
All you have to do is a single click. That's all. That's all it takes.
That's fine.
And I'll shut up now. I'll let you enjoy your podcast episode.
We got a doozy.
We got a good one for you. Holy shit, we got a good one for you. Like, my God. I'm still trying to process what we just watched.
So it's the first film of 1983.
Yep, we are here. We have arrived.
Now we are at the point where video cameras are a thing, right? So we have a movie coming later in the year that I knew was gonna be shot on video,
Yes.
aka shot on shitio, and I knew that was coming. So it's fine. We go into these movies blind, so of course we pull up the film on Amazon. We start it up, and the first fucking thing is a goddamn ugly ass shitio shot.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
absolute disgusting shitio. Just horrible shitio noise. And awful quality. It's just a complete disaster.
yeah, it looks absolutely horrible.
And so I guess we start the year off with shitio. And the title of our shitio is Suffer Little Children.
Yeah, and boy, it's a doozy. It's I don't even know. Like, it's. I know we have been saying this a lot, but you kind of got to see it to believe it. Like in this instance, I couldn't really recommend this movie. It's not great, but it's endearing. Like,
It has a certain quality,
yeah,
I suppose.
there's like things going on that like give me a little bit of hope for, well, I guess if I was in 1982, give me a little hope for the film industry. But they don't give me, I mean, it doesn't really give me hope for shot on video movies going forward.
Well, why would it, Will?
Because
You can't fix, you can't fix this kind of ugly.
no, well, and like there's just something about shot on video. They can't do like certain camera angles.
Can't do good audio.
They can't do good audio. Very clearly can't do good audio.
No.
And like even back then, like, I mean, it's gotten better today. Obviously, you can film with a lot more like peripherals, and you can use a lot more like mediums and do weird angles with stuff because you can film on a lot of different like devices. But back then, it was like one thing, right?
It's a
and
VHS
you had, like,
camera.
and you had like zoom. That was
Yeah.
about it. And so, let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way. You can't hear. I'm not even kidding. You can't hear like probably a good like 85% of this film.
You'll catch little bits of it, but unless you want to crank your fucking TV up or watch the movie with subtitles, you are going to be missing a lot.
I would say yes to just that. Like subtitles would probably be a great idea. but I would not suggest turning your volume up because you will be like
You will be deafened
you'll be deafened by some of the audio when they play music,
once the music comes in.
or the constant hum of the of the VHS like camera, like the VCR camera being like recorded.
Because it's like those old cameras. They had like a, they had like a fan built in to cool themselves while you're filming, and that's what that fucking that's what that is. Because
But you're gonna hear, like, if you crank your sound system or if you crank your speakers, you're gonna hear that very loudly, and it
Yeah.
like I swear to God, it'll drive you more insane than this movie almost did for us.
so we watched it. We missed like a massive chunk of dialogue, but it doesn't really matter because we got just enough for it to make sense.
Yep, and it's only an hour and 15 minutes, so it's not gonna waste your time if you do want to watch it. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this movie. Like, what's this movie really about?
Yeah. Well,
So we have a like boarding school or an orphanage or
so the beginning of the
some-
movie, this is just this is just bizarre. But they're like the beginning of the movie is like a shot of like a cross on the ground,
Yeah.
and then there's like a voiceover that's like, this depicts the events that occurred in April of 1983 in blah blah blah. And then yeah, it's like a, I don't know.
I don't even know what to call
Orphanage?
it. They don't, like I said, we missed half the dialogue. So, and yes, we
I'm
did.
not British, but I mean it's like an orphanage. They're kids
There's
without
a bunch
parents.
of kids. There's like house sitters. There's people working there.
Yeah.
There's two like runners. There's like a man and a woman that run the whole operation, and then there's two like people that do all the cleaning and the kitchens
And the cooking, yeah.
the kitchen work. Even though in most of the scenes they're eating out of empty bowls. So
Cereal.
cereal. So there's cereal boxes everywhere. This is also. Let's get
The cereal conspiracy.
I want to get this cereal conspiracy out of the way too. Just because it's not like there's not a lot here, so it's probably gonna be a shorter review. So
Yeah.
we can like, I'm gonna kind of riff on different things here. So
So you have to do.
I have to riff on this. It's hilarious. Every time they show like the kids eating, I don't know why. It was a choice. They decided to do clear glass bowls
That you can see through.
that you can see through.
Mm-hmm.
Now this would be fine, right?
Normally.
In any other movie because they would fill it with something.
Yeah.
But since this is shot on video, they didn't think about that. They didn't think about
Homebrew.
Yeah. So yes, they have a bunch of cereal boxes everywhere, milk cartons everywhere.
Empty milk cartons.
Yeah, just everywhere, right? But there is literally nothing in the bowls. And like the children are all just pretending. It's like that scene in Hook when they're all like they're all just like pretending to eat food. It's like before like the food
Yeah.
actually appears, but like they're just like I was like Robin Williams,
Yeah.
and just like what the fuck is like okay.
Well, they're not. You say pretending, but they're not even like pretending to eat. They're literally just
Well,
like
they're just like pretending to stir it.
they're stirring nothing.
One of the kids, it was hilarious. This is one of my favorite kitchen scenes. One of the kids actually attempted to act eating a bowl, like a spoonful of cereal.
Well,
And it's hilarious because she put like nothing in her mouth. She put the spoon in her mouth with nothing on it, and then like pretended to chew.
listen, that kid wanted the Oscar.
She went for the gold, and you know what? I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I
Someone
really,
had to try.
I really can appreciate that. But I just had to get it out of the way. It is. I laughed every single time they showed it. I almost died.
Someone had to try. Well, someone had to try in that shit. But yeah, it's like a orphanage, whatever, and there is a girl shows up at the door.
She's
She's mute.
she's mute. So they have a sign like, oh, I think she'll be better here. I couldn't take care of her anymore.
Yeah, it's like a handwritten note.
Yeah.
with
And
her.
like, okay, well, whatever. We'll take her in. And so, what? So like, I'm trying to get to the point where like something triggers it, but like, there's like a bunch
They're
of
introducing
there's a bunch
her-
of inaudible dialogue because they're introducing her to all the kids.
Well, first we get like scenes of them talking, and then they introduce her to like the kids, and then they're introducing her to some girl, and the girl says something to her.
Well, and then she like looks at the camera, all like
Angry.
angry, and then the girl tries to walk into a room, and the door slams in front of her, and it like knocks her
Knocks her
down.
the fuck out. But the best part is when it zooms in on our girl, fucking Minnie Carey.
It goes no
We get this like hard rock music,
no.
and it was awesome, but it was also horribly awkward because it's just like,
It just gets more awkward from here though, because like
oh, honey,
the way they build tension in this movie is
what
like
tension?
well there okay, so I guess I should say the attempts to build tension.
This is the
are-
least
like there is no tension in this movie, and they try so hard to build the tension. It is hilarious.
there's none. There's no tension in this fucking thing. It's just, it's a total potato. Mm-hmm. Like the only thing I will say is that they have a tripod in most scenes, but it's just so basic. It's a basic bitch film where it's just put camera down and point and shoot, and like because it's like the VHS camera, the mic is built in. So
It's mounted on the
there's
camera.
only one point where
When they
the
do a
audio
lot
is
of like,
recording.
what's weird is they do a lot of like distance shots,
Yeah.
so they can show like the whole room. But
It's unnecessary.
when you're doing that, you can't hear fucking shit because like you're having the actors, well, if you can call them actors,
Actors.
you're having the actors like talk at normal levels, like they're
Yeah.
not yelling,
And they,
so
they
you
talk for like good chunks too.
so you can't hear a single fucking thing they're saying.
Nope, it's pointless.
Like not a goddamn word. Like maybe a word or a keyword will get through, maybe, and then you can kind of piece it together from there. And that's kind of what we had to do. It's like a little game when we were
Yeah.
watching this movie. We just had to piece it together like a puzzle.
Well, the puzzle continues because after like a 5 minute long inaudible scene,
Yeah, they're just talking about who knows what because I couldn't hear them.
they're talking about a pop star,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay. And then the next scene is like there's someone showing up at the orphanage, and everyone's excited, and I'm like, oh, I guess they're bringing like a singer to the
And it's the
orphanage.
pop star, and they like introduce themselves for literally almost no reason other than the fact that he's in like the final. He's in the movie now, like for for no reason.
Like maybe there was a line where he was like he was raised there. Or,
I think he was trying to. One of them was trying to say that they had been there before, so maybe they were raised there.
but at the end of the day, like the guy's also like going out with the worker there.
But I want to say here and now, this is all speculation because we have no idea what they were actually talking about.
Well, at the end of the day, it don't matter.
It doesn't because
It really doesn't matter.
So next scene isn't when the girls are going to bed.
Yes. First, the singer guy gives our little Carrie a cross.
Yeah, because like she won't respond to him, and he's like, "Oh, you like my cross?" So he gives her the cross, and
then-
she smiles.
And then that's when we get the thing.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention that like during like random scenes in this movie when people are just having conversations, we'll get like random shots of like the girl like
Staring, or like a strobe light will be
or
going
strobe
off,
light
like,
effect.
and she'll just be looking, and you're like, I don't know what's going on. Well, because half the time they show it, nothing happens.
No, it's just people talking.
It's just people talking, and then it'll just show her like doing her weird like possessor shit, but like you have no fucking idea like what the fuck is going on because you can't hear anything they're fucking saying. Maybe at some point they described it and maybe we
Are you
missed
kidding
it,
me?
but like I have no fucking idea because they just show her fucking in strobe lights, and we're just like, okay. So
All this is an ugly ass fucking VHS quality. Okay.
well, there's either like kind of a clear shot. It looks piss yellow.
Piss yellow. Oh, my favorite.
Or puke green.
Oh, so
There's 3 different shots in this
I don't know
movie.
why. I don't know why. I swear to God, it's the same fucking room. It's the same fucking room. And when they change the angle a little bit, it's piss yellow.
What's weird too is I know we're talking a lot about like different parts of the movie, but like,
We have to.
but like,
Piss yellow.
there's the kitchen is like the only clear like audio you can get, but like half the time.
It's the noise of like plates and shit.
Well, what's hilarious is like half the time they do that, like there's so much like shit going on that you literally cannot hear the main conversation because kids are talking, plates are clanging, like just everything that can be making noise is making noise while they're trying to have a contextual conversation about what's going on in the movie.
It's full on mumblecore.
It
It's
really
full
is.
mumblecore. Like it's just people talking over each other and like plates and like
see, that's an example.
yeah, it's insane. And it's like I get it that like I mean yeah, that's how people talk in real life, but
Well, it's fine, but like
it's a movie.
This is not real life. This is a movie.
And there are things that happen in this movie that do not happen in real life, which we'll get to.
Okay, so we got to get to the main story, what we can piece together of it. So the girls all go to bed. She like the fucking mute girl just sits there and fucking floats her hand
at the camera.
And then
there's two girls sleeping.
And then they like we get this weird. I didn't even know what was going on because like they don't give us any context. Like it literally just like hard cuts to the two girls walking in like a field.
And it's like an abandoned building.
And then they go and like someone starts breaking down the abandoned building. There's no audio, by the way.
No, there's just the music.
Zero audio. There's just music. And they start running away. And they like,
a zombie man.
A zombie man comes out.
But wait, there's more. Because when you're getting, because it's like they're getting like a nightmare or dream or whatever. So it's like, and then you're watching this and you're like, oh, they're dreaming. Okay. And then halfway through this scene, the dream subjects stand up out of their bed and they walk over to Minnie Carey
while still having the dream.
And they lay down on her lap and she pets their head while the dream is still going.
What I love about this dream is they run away from the first zombie and then they just sit there and stare at the next two zombies that appear on screen.
Yeah, like one of them like burrows out of the ground.
Well, and they're like literally all the actors are just standing around while this guy just like buries himself from the ground and stands up.
To be fair, you could excuse that one part because it's dream logic.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Well, okay.
I'm not explaining the rest of the movie, but to that one part, if it's a dream logic, it kind of goes out the window.
So then they go and find the girl in the dream.
And it's like a picnic.
And the two girls kneel down, and all the zombies kneel next to their prospective girls.
It's adorable.
And they all have a picnic.
And it's like, okay. I got it. I was like, okay. Now they're gonna do her bidding, I guess, because that's the implication.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's a weird way to go about it, but it makes sense.
Because the next thing is there's like a boy who I don't even know why this happens, and he's like walking up a stair, and like
he gets to the top of the stairs, and the three girls are there. And you just hear like there's again the two directors are having inaudible dialogue that you can't understand fucking
and you
anything.
Just hear like a banging,
and then you hear just like.
And then you see the kid, and he's like lying at the bottom of the stairs, coughing up blood.
This is unnecessarily like super violent because the kid just like spits up like a.
You say that, just wait till you get to the ending.
Like a mouthload of fucking blood.
Yeah, I thought, but yeah, he spits out an insane amount of blood, and it's like, again, hard. It's like a hard cut, because that's all this movie does is hard cuts.
So now they're interrogating the two girls. They're like, what happened? And then the girls are like, I don't know. We were just playing and like blah, blah, blah. And I guess their stories sound... This is what we can piece together.
Are identical.
Their stories are identical, so they think they're lying.
And so the guy gives them... Because he says, well, so-and-so is in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And then he gives them like papers.
He gives them like...
To write down official statements.
He gives them these like official statement newspapers, and of course, they write the same fucking thing on them.
I guess it's like implied that it's literally word for word, identical.
It's implied that, but they never say that.
It's fine. Well, you say they never say that. They could have said that, but we can't hear
it. Just
anything.
Seems absurd because they're like, your stories are too similar. There's too similar.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, and then the guy tells him, "Well, guess what?
He really died.
That kid actually died, so you better like fess up."
I could barely make that out. It was a struggle for me to even. He squeaked that one out, and I just heard died, and I was like, okay, he must have died.
I guess. And then that's all fine and dandy. The fucking kids they're part of her evil coven now, and then there's like a whole thing where there's a bar. I don't know.
Cloud Crushers or
Cloud Busters.
Cloud Busters.
It's a bar, and I'm like, oh my god, a new location. How exciting. Because the whole thing's just set in a house.
You say exciting.
It's somewhat exciting, and then it makes no sense. But yeah, it's like a bar, and it's just like, I swear to God, because it's a fucking video camera, and it's just a bar. It's
hilarious because you
can't see
the two people. So it's the pop star and the woman that works.
Yeah,
for
but
the
you don't
orphanage.
get that until like 5 minutes into this, because it's just like a bar, and we get endless shots of like half lit faces in the bar,
right?
And then a couple walks in, and I'm still just like.
Then you can barely make out that it's the pop star and the girl,
because they finally walk into the one part of the bar that has like a light fixture.
Now, after we explain this, I'm going to explain why this scene makes zero fucking sense whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this one scene.
Bold.
I know. Bold. Okay.
The rest of the movie makes perfect sense.
Anyway, because I want to point out, everyone sees them walk into the bar.
Yes.
It's a small bar, right? Everyone saw them walk into the bar.
To be fair, if the visuals that the people in the bar are getting are the same as my visuals,
maybe they didn't notice.
I would understand.
I don't know. But like, okay, so anyway, they sit down, have inaudible, you can't hear fucking anything because they're cranking the fucking pop music.
And then there's also like a guy.
I don't understand what is going on here because they just show scenes of people dancing, then they show a guy being more and more considerably surrounded by women and taking off his shirt.
Yeah.
And then they show the two people talking in inaudible dialogue, then dancing, then the guy's shirt is off, and then two people talking, then dancing, and the guy has more women around him, and it's like they're all oogling him.
But where it leads to, Will, is the guy walks up to the pop star
and like
tries kissing him.
Yeah, and then for no reason,
and the whole time this is happening, you forgot to mention, my dude, the whole time this is happening, we get a strobe light of Minnie Carey just like looking at the camera and smiling.
I think her name is Elizabeth, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, she's just looking at the camera and smiling, so you think she's doing some possessor shit, right? But no.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, is she possessing?
Which actually would make more sense, right?
It would.
Like possessing the guy to kiss the other guy, right? Like to think
that's
it's
my
funny.
implication, because there's no.
But no, because now for no reason they interrupt all the dancing. So some guy. So I love this because the two main people, the pop star and the girl, they zoom to the dance floor and then just teleport back to where they were talking.
Yes.
They just well,
at first
suddenly appear back to where they're talking.
No. At first I thought they were leaving. But then after like we get like 20 billion shots of random dancers, I could finally make them out.
They are dancing, and then when he announces them, they teleport back to where they were sitting. Exactly where they're sitting. Yeah. So for no reason, just a random dude in the crowd,
like a DJ, yeah,
stops the music and is like introducing blah blah blah, and like they all see him now. They all see him as the pop star, even though he's literally been in the bar for presumably a long time, dancing with them, and they walked in, everyone saw them, and now they notice he's a pop star and start mobbing him for autographs and stuff.
To be fair, you saw how dark that bar was.
Yes, but he was dancing with them. You're gonna tell me not a single person
Nope.
in the entire fucking bar recognized that he was a famous pop star,
They were way more
and
interested in
then
our other guy.
for no reason, well, I guess that's fair. For no fucking reason, some random asshole just comes on the fucking stage, announces he's a pop star, and now everyone's interested. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes total
If you
sense.
really think about it in your noggin,
It does not make sense.
will eventually-
I'm trying to think about it right now. It does not
you
make
should
sense.
ingest more liquors, and it might eventually.
I'm trying.
Make sense.
Okay. All right. Cool. Because yeah, they mob him and then they decide to leave.
And then they leave because they're like, "Oh, this is too crazy." And that scene literally.
It's quite a long scene too. It doesn't. It's not like a short
No,
scene.
it goes on, and then like, it's like they're home, I guess. And again, I kept making this comment, but so much of this fucking movie looks like you're watching some sort of fucking amateur porno.
Yeah, because they're just sitting on like some random couch, like.
Because it's all these like basic fucking bitch interiors.
Well, none of the spaces feel lived in, right?
No,
it's all just like these
sparse
these
furniture,
barren fucking like rooms with like a couch.
like a porno.
Yeah, it looks like a porno.
Because like yeah, they come into a room and there's like nothing. There's like maybe one picture on the wall,
'Cause
and then they just sit on the couch.
I take that back. Even pornos have more fucking stuff on the walls and shit.
Yeah, they'll at least try. But in this, it's just it's
Pornos
just
at least try to have some
the
immersion.
one thing. The one bit of immersion you get in this movie, Will, is the endless tiger posters,
I love it.
and the fact that every other
Some
scene
dude just
has
had
an
a
empty milk carton.
Some dude had like a subscription to fucking National Geographic,
Apparently,
and it was like Tiger Month, and they just fucking gave him a bunch
every
of.
room.
Every room has a poster of a tiger, a long post. Like they're not just they're big posters.
They're
of
like
tiger.
landscapes,
They're like big posters of tigers.
except for the one room that has a fucking what is it? Oh my god, Rebel Without a Cause poster for
I
no
do
reason.
also appreciate there's one room where he's talking and there is just like I wonder if it was like the filming schedule or something. There's just a calendar tacked onto the wall.
Yeah, with like a billion notes on it,
Yeah.
and it's just like, is that like,
I wonder if it was like the shooting schedule and they
Yeah.
just didn't realize it was in frame.
dude? I'm pretty sure they just didn't care.
Probably not. Eh, okay.
But yeah,
so
like they talk and
they
like
talk.
there's a
it's-
thing between them,
It's
and they're
inaudible. You know they're connecting on some level.
and there's like an implication that the other guy at the orphanage,
He's into her. I think
it goes
it doesn't matter.
nowhere.
It doesn't. Who fucking cares?
it goes nowhere.
It does literally nothing to the plot.
No, even if you think in your head, oh, this could lead to something.
No, it won't. It guaranteed fucking nothing happens. All this fucking bullshit leads to fucking nothing. Just let me just tell you that right now.
It's fine.
This is just flavor.
But then guess what? Because after all this ends, we just get a scene of like the girl. She's in like their office or whatever.
She's all distraught, and he's like, tell me how they almost like what happened at the pool.
Try to think logically. How did they almost drown themselves?
I don't know how 6 children almost drowned, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like, this is literally, it just starts like this.
No, it
This
does.
scene literally just starts with her being distraught and him saying, how'd they almost drown? How did 6 kids almost drown? Tell me right now.
And it's like a 5-minute scene of them talking about like how they willingly try to drown themselves, and then there was the 2 girls that tried to stop her.
What's weird is it did not even show like the fucking like possessor like
Well, we didn't even
strobe
get-
thing. We didn't get anything. It just started.
My theory was that they couldn't get a pool.
It was probably part of the filming process and they wanted to do that scene, but they just like couldn't get a pool and then ran out of time, and so they're just like
They couldn't get a pool, or the parents were not okay with their kids
like trying to drown
looking
themselves.
to drown themselves in a pool.
Well,
like,
and like
acting.
they're
but-
just like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, I guess we have to. We filmed the scene where she's distraught, so let's just put that in there.
So they just verbally tell us, and it's like, okay, that's a thing.
Well, and she just describes how they all tried to kill themselves and everything, and then like I guess they're having a party for one of the boys or something
Somebody.
like that. There's a party going on, and
And the guy, and she wants to invite our guy, the singer.
Yeah, so he calls the orphanage and like wants to know what's going on and when the party is. So he has a surprise for them.
Which never goes anywhere.
It's just a boombox.
That's the surprise.
It's a boombox that plays the theme song. That is a surprise, Alex. Okay?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
okay,
you
okay.
fucking you don't sit there heresy.
That's a surprise.
He brings the boombox that plays the theme song. Okay?
Well, the theme song
That's
is so good. There's a conversation with him and the fucking guy, and it's like them like. I'm presuming talking about the girl. I'm guessing, but the whole thing is drowned out by the theme song.
I love that they, in their big brains, they thought that a serious conversation
Lyrics
between two of the actors would be better served with loud music
with lyrics
that has lyrics.
drowning it out.
Like, I'm not even kidding, that happens. It sounds like there's 3 people in the room like the entire time.
It's wonderful.
And the music is actually louder, so it sounds like when you're trying to talk to someone at a concert.
Yeah.
And like
But you're just not speaking up.
you just like can't get it because like obviously the band is louder.
Yeah.
So
And what happens is a fight with the kids breaks out at this thing, and it's like they're all mobbing
I
each other.
appreciate the little kid that has the empty 2-liter bottle of Coke and she's trying to like
Beat someone to
have you
death
seen
with it.
have you seen that South Park episode where Cartman tries to kill Kyle with like the wiffle ball bat?
That's what
It reminded me
that's
of.
what
It's
happened.
like, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. Like,
And that's it.
yeah. And then, so they break it up. And, yeah, that's it.
And then
Well,
eventually
and I guess we should mention, like, now the posse has grown to 4. Because now they have, like, the Evil Posse has, like, a 4th member.
I think this is I don't even know when this happens, but there's one scene where she's like it like zooms in on the girl and you get like the satanic voice. And then she's like, what does she say? Something like insane, like I am a demon.
I am the devil, I think, is something like
Some
that.
nonsense. Follow me.
I am here. I am the devil.
Oh yeah, I
Follow
am
me.
here.
And then, so now, for no reason, they walk over to the counselor, like whatever, the 2 people office, and they're just talking, having a normal conversation. And the little girl holds the.
Not yet.
Oh no, sorry.
Well, first we get again another like pointless scene where they're all talking and they're all like deciding like, well,
they
all
think
of this
yeah,
happens.
They think it's Elizabeth.
It's the girl.
It's the little girl because
as
it
soon
all
as she
happens.
showed up, bad shit started happening,
And then yes, so now the next scene is there's just the 2 people talking in the office.
Yeah.
And the little girl walks up with the 2 other girls and like holds the door. I don't know why they showed it just like with her pinky, maybe.
Oh no! First we get
to show like her
they're having
incredible strength.
brekkie, Will,
Oh, right.
with their
My
empty
bad.
empty bowls, and one of the girls picks up a knife because you need a knife to eat cereal.
Yeah.
Think about it, Will.
And I love it because it's a butter knife. This is a butter knife she's holding.
That bitch lethal, Will, because she takes the butter knife
She slices the guy's hand open.
and then the girl walks over to her and grabs the knife, and the girl just like screams and collapses and apparently falls into a fucking coma. And then after this,
I do have to appreciate the cafeteria too because it's all lawn chairs.
it's like heavily worn lawn chairs.
They just grabbed whatever they could find.
It's sickening.
So now it's that scene, right?
Now, yeah, they're in the office and they're like, he's got a cut and the girl's in a coma. And then yeah.
So the little girl comes over and like holds the fucking door with her pinky.
And then there's like a flower pot.
And like floats up.
And it
On like a fishing line.
And
they
drops.
The visuals are so crummy that you can't see the fishing line, but I'm sure it's there.
They tried. It's fine.
So it drops on the ground, it breaks. They get all freaked out and try to open the door.
A pen lifts up and like starts fucking twirling.
It looks like someone's like just like throwing it up, like throwing it up every time, and then they cut it before it falls back down. So it looks so fucking stupid. Like someone's like twirling a pin up and down, but they're not showing the guy throwing it. They're just showing the pin flipping, and they cut every time it goes back down, and then they show it going up again.
But basically,
It looks so dumb.
like the all the fucking little.
Then the
like,
crew just go wild because they're like sitting behind the desk, just chucking things at these
books,
actors.
pens, everything, and then like they start like trying to squeeze them in with like one of the desks, and then
And like one of the bookshelves like flies off the
the
wall.
girl walks away, and they go up to like their demon room, which is like ice.
Well, and now like she's like doing the fucking like demon thing, and they're wrapping her.
Come, my children.
A bunch of like she has like all the girls like on her side, like they all like are like they're doing this like chant thing. You're not hearing anything for some reason, and they're doing this chant thing. And then the guy tries to go up, and the woman I guess leaves. We never see her until the end of the movie.
I guess she goes to get help. But
And
yeah, it's
so-
like it's the pop singer, his friend, and then our guy there.
And then you hear the demonic voice, "Protect me, my children."
Kill them. And then we get like some like, oh my god, first we get a scene where like it's one of like the cooks or whatever, and she's like in a room with like a kid, and then the girl walks in there, and then the fucking girl just puts a goddamn like butter knife next to her. She's like, stay. And then take it, cut. And then the woman just like
Just like
awkwardly
stabs her leg, and
then
it
they
like
have, like,
bleeds all over, and
the
she
blood
dies.
squirting, and then she dies from stabbing her leg, I guess.
And then like the pop singer gets in, and like the demonic voice is like, protect me, my children, and like they again they. I don't. Okay, I'm sorry for laughing, but it is hilarious to watch because the pop singer like just takes one of these little kids and like throws her against the wall, and you just see blood, and like she slides
she, like,
down,
breaks her head, I guess, and then like he's getting like mobbed by two of them, and then like his friend like parkours
and like starts like wailing on
starts,
him,
like,
and like
wailing,
punching him, and they get the upper hand and like stab him.
and then meanwhile the guy is like the owner or whatever. He gets like a stake in his.
They stab these people like a bajillion times, like so
They
much.
use as much fake blood as they could afford.
Yeah,
Because it is just blood everywhere, and they're stabbing them over, and
with like stakes, with like knives, with everything they can find.
and then in the meantime, I swear they're stabbing them, and then we get a fucking.
I have come.
No, it's the power is coming.
That's right. The power is coming.
It's so embarrassing.
The fact that they made a little girl.
Well,
Like
it's like a man voice
like
though.
mouth, they had
Yeah.
her mouth it,
But she's
and
mouths
some
it.
guy behind the fucking microphone was like, "Ah,
But the way he says it is like
power is coming."
you really should have done another take on that. You really should have.
My God, and so, so now you finally get to hear the little girl's chant, and it's, "Come, devil, come!
And they're all
Come,
chanting.
devil, come!
They're all chanting.
Come, devil, come!" And then like, so the one of the I guess the other pop guy, he gets into the room, and
They drag him up there.
The evil voice is like, "Crucify him," and
they
like they
crucify him.
crucify him, and then like
The girl transforms into
like an older woman,
like an older woman, and it's like,
but like that's the devil, I guess.
yes,
I am
complete.
here.
And
I
then-
am here.
And my favorite is like it's obviously like a dude just screaming into the fucking baby mic on the camera, and it keeps like clipping the audio when he like goes really loud. But
I just love this part because like while the like strobe lights and she's becoming the older woman, you just see the dude crucified, and like his arms go limp, and then he falls down on the fucking like the bed,
and then the demon woman is like,
and then
no, go back.
like okay, I'm not okay. I have to
Okay.
prepare you for this.
Okay, please. You can't.
This actually happened. I just want to put a disclaimer, okay?
You can't prepare.
There, disclaimer: this actually fucking happens. Okay, I just want everyone to know
This is for real.
I could not make this shit up if I tried.
No, you can't.
So the guy on the ground literally becomes Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah, but not before. Yeah, but before that, like the woman's like, "No,
Oh yeah,
go back," and I'm like,
What?
What's
and then we get a strobe light, and Jesus Christ stands up
and starts pointing,
just pointing. He points at one of the girls.
and he keeps pointing.
He
keeps going like
he points and like he points at one of the main girls, and she starts like writhing on the ground.
And we get like a minute long,
like screaming and just like. It's like we get like
the way it's filmed.
We get a shot of the girl writhing on the ground, like in agonizing pain. A shot of Jesus Christ like pointing. And with like, I'm talking like full like crown of
he's
thorns.
got the crown of thorns. He's bleeding.
Like shirtless Jesus is just like fucking.
Well, the way this is filmed, it's like I swear to God, I feel like this must be what it feels like to go insane.
Jesus Christ sent those fucking girls to the shadow realm.
He literally dabbed on two girls.
He dabbed on two little girls and made them fucking.
And like the way it's filmed,
it's
like,
so weird.
Like the shitio combined with like the fact that it's like fading in and out and the strobe lights. I swear to God, it's like insanity condensed into film.
And then he finally points at the demon.
Yeah.
The fucking devil, and it becomes the girl again, and you think, yeah.
But then it keeps doing like a close-up of his face, him staring at her.
Just Jesus, just pointing at the devil.
And then that's it.
Epic.
And then the woman shows up with help.
Epic.
And sees all the dead bodies.
She shows up with some dude we've never seen in our entire fucking lives. and then she just screams at the dead bodies in movie.
And it hard cuts the VHS credits.
You know what? I changed my mind. This movie's epic. I mean, what other movie can you watch just Jesus Christ send two fucking little girls? Just yeet them to fucking hell.
I'm not gonna lie, that ending is so insane that it makes the whole thing worth it. Like that ending is,
I just cannot believe they crucified a guy.
Some weird shit.
And he becomes Jesus. Even describing it, like they literally crucify a guy to a wall with knives.
The devil played itself, dude. Because the devil was like,
congratulations, you played yourself.
And then, no, go back. I just still thinking of that stupid.
Like, because when she said go back, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like, what's happening?
And then next thing you know, it's just Jesus Christ pointing at people.
And they're just writhing in pain, and then bye.
Fucking noping them into non-existence.
Into hell. I don't know.
The thought process for that scene, I have no idea who thought of that. Only students could think of that, because this is like, it even shows at the end of the movie, it's like filmed like by a bunch of students
at a drama school.
Yeah,
with no money and just determination.
Well, it actually shows like their influences too, which is weird because it shows like Carrie, Halloween,
Mad Max was on there.
Mad Max, and there was one other, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Carrie, Halloween, Mad Max, and I don't even remember.
It's another famous.
Yeah. Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can tell you, if I was making a movie like this, I would never think to have it a fucking good versus evil, like Jesus Christ versus the devil scene.
Here's the thing. With this, they had no fucking resources at all. Nothing. No resources. And they still did that.
They still had Jesus Christ versus the devil at the end.
And my favorite little detail, though.
They're like, they fucking shot for the fucking moon.
My favorite detail, though, in that scene is when it's, because most of the scene is like, you don't see like the wall or the floor really, other than the candles, for good reason. but when it shows them writhing on the ground, it's like very obviously like a mattress
Yeah.
that they just covered with like a dark red blanket to make it look sinister, but they're obviously just writhing on a fucking mattress because, you know, movie magic breaking.
We don't want to hurt child
Children.
actors, you know.
I just think it's adorable.
It is adorable. I mean, listen.
The whole thing is kind of adorable.
Like, without this movie, I would never see Jesus Christ. I never see
Dabbing on kids.
I would never see a guy transform into Jesus Christ and dab on a bunch of fucking children. Okay,
And hey, I mean,
dab on the haters. Okay, like fucking. Fuck you, Satan. That's what I'm saying.
that's the ending of this movie.
Fuck you, Satan.
That's how this movie ends. Is fuck you, Satan.
Fucking Jesus Christ is like dab on the haters. Like fucking Satan's the ultimate hater.
And like, I just love that it's singled out like those two. Those two had to go to hell, bro. The other, because at the end of the movie,
they were too far gone.
the end of the movie, all but like one of the kids are under the influence, but the only ones that got to go to hell is those two.
They were too far gone.
far
They had a
gone.
picnic with zombies. Okay.
They had a dream picnic with zombies, and they were fine with it. Will, it's too far.
Too far.
This is
I don't know what else to say. We've said it. You've heard it here.
this is so stupid
Okay.
that it comes back around to becoming amazing.
It's highly.
It's so stupid.
I will admit this movie is highly entertaining.
The ending makes the whole thing worth it. That last 20
really does.
minutes is... I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's weird shit all through this movie. There's some choices in here that are just... I'm just like, what the fuck? What were they thinking? But that last 20 minutes is so goddamn insane that I almost admire it. I gotta admire it.
I know.
They really had a bunch of kids.
I admire the aspiration. Like, who has no budget and is like, how do we end this movie? Oh, yeah, let's have Jesus Christ versus the devil.
After we have a scene of, like, children
On
sloppily murdering adults.
on zero budget.
No money,
Like,
yeah.
who thinks of that? Like, who's like, okay, we have no fucking budget. What are we going to do for the showstopper at the end? I got it. Jesus Christ versus the devil.
Yeah, for our homebrew film.
They
admire it.
they went there. I admire too. Like, they shot for the fucking moon.
They did.
They didn't land it, but they shot. They sure as hell shot for it.
They did.
What would you rate this movie?
This is a tricky one.
It's highly entertaining. It's nowhere near a 10 for me.
No.
I would honestly say probably a 6.
Yeah. I was
Just
going to
because
say...
it's more entertaining than like middle of the road. Because it's too wild to be middle of the road.
If it didn't have the ending, I would have given it like a 3. Because, I mean...
Well, okay, so yeah, so if it was just like basic like possessor, like she's just evil and like killing the kids and whatever, and they had the bloodbath at the end with no Jesus Christ versus the devil, you 3,
Yeah.
totally. But
the insanity.
But they had that totally fucking bonkers scene, and you know what? That shoots it up. I mean, you can't even call it middle of the road 5 because like that shit just like that's something I've almost never seen in a fucking movie.
It's next level entertainment.
On no budget.
It's so... matter of fact, that ending is so stupid and so insane that it makes up for the fact that you can't understand 90% of the fucking dialogue in this
which
thing.
would have earned it a 3. I don't know how they got me at the fucking last 20 minutes, but they did.
Which I guess, I mean, I guess you could also say that that's a compliment to the movie, that even though you can't fucking understand a goddamn thing anyone's saying, it still mostly makes sense.
For the most part, there's a lot. I mean, if you really think about it, which you shouldn't, there's a lot of plot holes here, but it's fine.
Are they plot holes or are they just...
They just fucking, they didn't care.
It's just stuff.
Yeah. There's just a lot of, like, extra shit.
It's just, why are they in a bar? Why is there a guy tries to kiss him? I don't know. I don't know.
You know what?
Life's too short to wonder about that.
Listen, if you want to watch it, it's on Amazon. I'm sure you can find it some other way.
I could not find this at all. I'm shocked that they had this on Amazon.
I'm shocked we can find it anywhere.
You can rent this for 99 cents. You
Yep.
can if it's so, if for some reason you watch this movie and this is a fucking 10 out of 10 to
I don't
you,
know why you'd want to buy this movie.
you can buy this for $2.99.
There is no way. Like, I'm saying a 6, but that's not because it was a good movie.
Oh, it's not a good movie.
It's just because the last 20 minutes were fucking insane,
No, it's entertaining.
and I appreciate that.
Shitty to Pretty is about entertainment. This is the stupidest shit.
I just don't want any of our new listeners to get it twisted. Shitty to Pretty is not if we, like, actually found the movie.
Yeah, I'm not. This
Like-
isn't like the Roger Ebert show.
No,
okay?
like, 10 out of 10 doesn't mean it's necessarily, like, a great movie.
Sometimes it does, but
I mean, yes, and we'll explain that, but if we give it a 10 out of 10 just on pure entertainment value,
That's what we're doing.
that means that we had fucking a blast watching it.
it could also be a 10 out of 10 amazing movie. But the big thing is, it's a 10 out of 10 as far as our personal lizard brain entertainment.
Yes, so,
And this tickled.
so this is 6 out of 10 for the sole fact that the fucking last 20 minutes are the most insane thing I've watched in quite a while.
Yeah, I'm still shocked that this is a real thing.
I am too. I thought I was having like a fever dream.
That's what it felt like.
Like
It did not. It did not feel like.
it felt like I was on like a heavy dose of like acid or something.
Yeah, that's literally what that felt like.
Mhm.
Like, show that to anybody, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? Or did you spike my drink?"
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
it's fucking wild. So yeah, that was Suffer the Little Children. I don't have anything else to say about it.
It's Suffer Little Children.
Oh, sorry, not
Not
Suffer
the.
Suffer Little Children.
I think. Doesn't the song say "Suffer the Little Children" in the movie?
I think it says like Suffer Little Children, Suffer Little Children.
Yeah. Which, yeah, this movie does
Yeah.
have a theme song because every
'Cause
epic,
why not?
every epic masterpiece film
You know what?
needs a theme song.
We've had so many movies that have theme songs at this point. It's just a staple.
Yeah, it's like at this point you better have a theme song.
Like if you don't have a theme song, I'm going to judge the movie a
If
little
you-
bit
If you have a bad homebrew movie and you don't have a theme song
by like an unknown artist that you just fucking like hire.
by your uncle,
Yeah, by your friend or your uncle that you just fucking were like, hey, can you write a song for
hey,
this
you
movie?
got like a bunch of band equipment in your basement. Can you just record this real quick?
Like, sure, yeah, and they just fucking fart it out, and like, there you go. There's your fucking...
Put it in your film, and then there you go. You unleash it on the unwilling masses like us.
You know, I appreciate that too.
I do.
okay?
It's relatable.
Shitty theme songs are my bread and butter now.
Well, it's fine because it's like you could do this yourself.
Mhm.
You could make this movie. You couldn't make it as good as this because they weren't fucking insane.
You probably, yeah. Try making it as insane as that ending. I dare you.
You might, make your dialogue a little easier to hear.
Yeah, and the acting would probably be better.
Less naturalistic.
Yeah, let's
Less
go with that.
mumblecore.
Oh my god. But yeah, so that's all I have to say. What about you?
That's it.
Yeah, for they mostly come out at night. This has been Will.
This has been Alex.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye. You feel it, Will?
The power is coming.
Oh.
The power is coming.